Hello, welcome everyone to Get Smart with Me, episode 2. I want to say very big thank you to everyone that's watched the first episode. I love your comments, your feedback, your reviews, and I want to thank everybody that shared it. And I say, may God will bless you. Really good. So I also want to urge everyone that is just to like the page and also tell others about this platform. We want to be able to educate ourselves and become better adults. So on today's episode, is something that for a very long time I have been fascinated about, even as a little boy and even as I've become an adult. So it's on the subject of rainmaking. Most of us are very familiar with this. There are usually no events that is happening in Nigeria, whatever the village is, any remote area, any location at all, be it in town, be it in fact, it has gone as big as every government functions. They do budget or allocate some funds for what they call weather control. So what are they talking about? They're talking of just using some means or contacting somebody that knows that is a rainmaker to stop rain from disrupting the event you have. So I had an experience while growing up. He was a very little boy. I think as then he was around 8 years old. So he was a popular rainmaker, very little boy. So they said that it was the mother that gave him the gift, while the mother collected it from the grandmother. So it's like something that is in the family that can be transferred. And one special thing about this boy's own, of course, I know of other rainmakers then, some of them, of course, you buy them wine, you give them yam, chicken. That's the element they usually use in their sacrifice to stop rain or to cause rain. But this boy's own was, peculiar. How does he do his own rainmaking? By crying. If you have an event that you're not inviting, he will start crying. And once you start crying, rain will start falling, and then it will mess up the event. So how does he stop the rain? If once you buy him food, give him drink, he will start laughing. He's happy. Once he's happy, the rain will stop, and then the sun will show. And his own is very, very important that even when other rainmakers maybe did not like you or they felt you did not settle very well, and then they cause rain to fall in your event, they will call the boy, say, please help us stop the rain. No. Give him food, give him chicken. He will eat and be happy. He will be smiling. Once he start laughing, the rain. So it was a fascinating thing. So then I was like, how does a young boy crying induce rain to fall? And how does a young boy laughing induce rain to stop? So it was a fascinating stuff. And then of recent, technology and chemistry have started modernizing and technological work, rainmaking and stopping rain. So they call it cloud seeding. So cloud seeding is simply using aeroplanes to spread chemicals on the cloud and then to cause the cloud to coagulate and then rain will start falling. Today's episode, I want to dive into to highlight some elements between this modern way of rainmaking and the traditional method in our various villages and towns and communities that people use to make rain or to stop rain. So what are the elements that they use in the traditional method of rainmaking by rainmakers? So most of them, of course, is they engage in some rituals. For the initiated ones, that is a rainmaker, some chalk, ouzo, sacred stone, potash that contains potash, other stuff, chicken, drink, dry gin, many of those items. So what are the elements in those items? Most of the items that they use in the traditional rainmaking contain these elements: carbon, oxygen, potassium, iron, and magnesium, and even sulfur sometimes. So these are the major element that all those items that they use. And of course, talk of the drum as well, that they beat drum, some of them beat drum, some do chant, everything, all the to cause rain to fall. And then what are the elements that are used in the modern chemistry and technological method of cloud seeding to make rain? So they use sodium chloride, which is natural salt, or sulfur, and iodine or silver iodine or dry ice to make rain to fall, or to make the cloud to collect and then rain will fall. So what are the elements? You can see you have dry ice, which is carbon dioxide, which is similar to the carbon that you find in the traditional method. You have sulfur, which is also some of the stuff you find in the natural method. And you have silver, you have iodine. So all these things are similarities. Now the question is the traditional rainmaking method, is it a bad thing? Given that it's cost effective, I think for most rainmakers here in Nigeria and other African countries, you just need to buy them a cake of palm wine, one chicken, and the rest. If you want to use the technological method, there's a lot of thousands of dollars in rainmaking. So, and also, if it is not a bad thing, how can we modernize it, since, of course, there are a lot of rituals involved. Many people, of course, as a Christian, I would not like to go and employ a rainmaker to come and do something for me, because he is venerating the spirit, obviously, that may be helping him to do that act. So what I want to know is there a way that the traditional method can be modernized, if I should use the word, that does not involve veneration of spirit in rainmaking? Or if that's not the case, what do you think about rainmaking in general? Is the modern method right, or is it safe? Because of recent, there was flooding in Texas, yes, and the cause was, they said, a rainmaking company cloud seeded so much, they did not balance so much, so it caused flooding. So what do you think? Let me know. One, how do they do rainmaking? Who are the popular rainmakers in your village or your community, and how do they do their own? And then, what fascinates you about rainmaking? Secondly is, if given the chance, will you use a rainmaker if you have an event to, one, maybe help you to not, so that rain will not fall on a big day, or will you use prayers? So share, comment, tell me what you think. And then thank you, and watch out for the next episode, episode 3, where we'll be talking about something else very, very interesting. You do not want to miss it. Thank you very much. I remain my humble self, Idoko Nendoze, your host. Bye.